Exciting news for everyone that lives in close proximity to Cobbs Creek. So if you don't know where Cobbs Creek is, it's located off of Route 1, Route 3, and Lansdowne Avenue, right on the edge of Overbrook, Upper Darby, Haverford, and Lower Merion. And the Cobbs Creek Golf Course is getting a $100 million makeover. And this to me is one of the most exciting things to happen to that part of our community, because when folks go down to 69th Street, to the Tower Theater, that's the big show attraction for entertainment, comedy shows, bands, all that stuff, there's always complaints about the neighborhood. How are we gonna redevelop this area? Why isn't it a little nicer around here? And when you have a $100 million investment, which is right in that sort of dead zone right now of where Cobbs Creek is located, and seeing a $100 million renovation with a Tiger Woods design TGR golf course and golf complex, that's gonna bring a lot of opportunity to the neighborhood. It's gonna bring people who are looking for a local golf course. There are not many golf courses that close to that part of the city and that part of the suburbs that are high caliber. And when there's a $100 million investment made and it's got Tiger Woods' name on it, you know it's going to be something that's going to be attractive, fun, and serve many purposes. I'll get into all the details in a second. This is a boon for the area because it's going to bring jobs. It's going to bring more people coming to that part of the metro area, which should in turn spur more development and more investment and more rehabbing of existing properties there. Because that's a tough part of the city and the suburbs right now. You're right on the edge, and there's not a lot of money coming in, with the exception of every once in a while when an act comes to the Tower Theater. So this is big, big news for that part of the community. So right now, the Cobbs Creek Golf Course, it's basically unplayable. There was a lot of issues that happened. Now they're taking trees down. They were worried about erosion. So they're getting a $100 million renovation to the 340-acre complex. And that was up from the initial budget of $65 million. That tells me that they're doing this the right way. They're seeing what needs to get done so that they can make it a destination, which is the goal here, because the more people that come, the more people that spend money, the more vibrant the area becomes. It's no different than when a Whole Foods gets installed and built in a neighborhood. That's a sign of what's to come. This is the same thing. So on top of that, there's gonna be a learning lab for golf, as well as a two-story driving range. They're gonna have an 18-hole course, a 9-hole course, and a short course there, as well as a clubhouse and a restaurant. The intent is that with this sort of investment in the local community, you're gonna see people that wanna fix and flip properties in the area. You're gonna see people that wanna develop around the area. Golf course homes have a certain attraction to a lot of people, so this is really exciting stuff. And it's not just a golf course, it's a complex. You got a 9-hole course, 18 holes, the driving range, the restaurant, the whole deal. And there's also gonna be a 30,000 square foot space for teens and kids to learn how to golf, which, if you ask me, is pretty cool, because that shows an investment in the community there. And when you invest in the community, you spend dollars where people can do things and children can do things that are productive, that are gonna be fun, that's gonna teach them something they can use later in life, because there's money on the golf course, it's a networking sport, it's something people do their entire life no matter how athletic you are. It's gonna be really exciting to see this happen to that part of the city. You already have a lot of great stuff close to there. You have Lower Merion Township, Suburban Square, Overbrook Farms, one of the nicer, bigger home neighborhoods, especially right off like 76th and 74th Street over there. You have St. Joe's University not too far away. Hopefully this creates some more development in that western part of the city and a bigger investment. This is the exciting news about this. In addition, maybe there's gonna be some redevelopment around there. Maybe you're gonna see some of these vacant lots or the industrial or business spaces turned into housing communities. That's what happens when $100 million comes into the neighborhood. And if you've ever been that part of the city, it's kind of weird where you have City Line Avenue, and then you're right into Lower Merion, but then when you cross over and get into Upper Darby and Haverford townships, it changes a little bit. And we know that Center City is this vibrant place that's being developed. When you start developing the other end, and you look at what's happened with University City and University of Pennsylvania and Drexel University, there's a lot of money being put into that part of the city as well. So that's happening up at the 34th to 38th, 40th Street. Now you're working on the other end of the city at like 67th and 76th Street. The hope is you see some massive redevelopment happening in West Philadelphia to make it a safer area, to make it an area that people will want to move to where they can afford housing, because housing affordability is an issue, and you're going to see people want to go there and spend money. Hopefully the restaurants get redeveloped around 69th Street. Hopefully you see some things along the Route 1 corridor get redeveloped. You got major schools like Friends Central, which is a pricey private school. You have a lot of those older condo buildings there. Hopefully you see some more development happen right around there because of the golf course. A smart thing would be restaurants or mixed-use housing. And if they can get the zoning development approved, this could be a major boon for the city. And what I know is this. When you see money like this come into an area and you see Tiger Woods put his name on it, it's going to be good for the community as well. So major exciting news here for Cobbs Creek. It's slated to be done in 2026. Construction should be starting soon, and they're investing in the community. It's not just about leisure, it's about having a place for kids to go and learn how to golf and learn some other skills that they can use later in their life. Big win for the city. I see jobs, I see redevelopment, I see excitement right around that area, and the savvy home buyer and the savvy investor might want to look at that too.